In this lesson, I thought I'd show you a very popular blues riff by Albert Collins called Iceman, a little variation of it anyway. We're going to start with our C7 chord, so you probably know your C chord in open position. We'll drop the pinky and the 3rd fret of the 3rd string to give us C7. We're playing strings 5, 4, 3, 2. You can play 1 in C7 because that open E is part of the chord, but when we move to the other chords you won't. So we're going to kind of focus on hitting just strings 5, 4, 3, 2, not hitting the outside strings. So to avoid that low E, I have my 3rd finger just touching it enough so if I hit it, I just hear a click. And then my high E, same thing. I've just got my 1st finger kind of tilted down a bit so I don't hear it. That way when I hit the chord, I can hit all 6, but I'm only going to hear those middle 4 strings. Okay, so this is our chord. We're going to start, it's going to be a dotted 8th note with a 16th. So we count that as 1 E and up. So we're going down on beat 1, and then there's going to be 4, we're going to subdivide that into 4 sections. We're going to count it as 1 E and up. We're playing on the 1 and the and. 1 E and up. For the pick hand, we're going to go down, up. 1 E and up. 1 E and up. And then we're going to go immediately back down on beat 2. So we have 1 E and a 2, 1 E and a 2, and again just my C7 chord, 1 E and a 2, 1 E and a 2. And after that we're going to move the 3rd finger down to the 6th string for a G to play on the and of beat 2. And then we're going to grab B flat with the 1st fret of our A string, the 5th string, for 2 16th notes, so a quick down up. So we had the low G and then 2 B flats, bum, ba, and that's basically the end of 2 and then 3 E. So all together we have our C chord for down, up, down, then the G, 2 B flats, then we're going to go back to the G, and you're almost done. So we have 1 E and a 2 and 3 E and, then we're going to come back to the B flat, half step higher to B, and then we start all over, and you'll notice if you play the B flat with 1 and the B with 2, your 3rd finger's ready to grab the chord again. So we have 1 E and a 2 and 3 E and 4 and, so I get kind of a fun little riff, and it's usually part of the 12-bar blues, so we would play that 4 times. And then we'd have to move to the 4 chords. Since we started on C, we can just count on our fingers. C, D, E, F would give us our 4 chords. So if this is a C here, I'm going to climb a whole step to D, whole step to E, and then a half step to F. It's going to give you my F7. I'm going to build the chord the same way, blocking those outside strings. You can also bring your thumb up to block that low E too if you prefer. I'll play the exact same riff. Obviously the notes are different, but I'm playing it in the same position. And then I go back to C. And then for my 5 chord, I go C, D, E, F, G. So we had C, whole step to D, whole step to E, half step to F, whole step to G, and that's going to give us our G7, which we only play once because that's the 5 chord in a 12-bar blues, back to our 4 chord, and then back to our 1. And then for the turnaround, for the 12th measure, the 11th and 12th measure is considered the turnaround, but we're just playing the 12th measure. We're going to go to the G chord for a little rhythm of some sort. So if I put the whole thing together, I have measure 2. Remember, I have to do this 4 times. Here's the 4th. I'm going to move up to F. Play it twice. Back to C twice. Now here comes our 5 chord on G. Back to the 6th position for F. C. And our turnaround. Have fun.